Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I've got 6 mistakes I made at the start of my fitness journey. Now these things I'm going to mention in the video are unique to me. Some people might disagree, some people might agree, but they are things that I think you should take into account if you are just starting your fitness journey now, to make sure you are getting the best start you can and you do not make the mistakes I did when I started. So let's get into the video. Now, the first thing I'm going to mention in this video that I did wrong at the start of my fitness journey is going to be wasting money on supplements. When I first started training, I wasted a lot of money on pointless supplements I did not need, such as BCAAs, test boosters, fat loss pills, all these crappy supplements that you do not need. Now, there are some supplements which might be useful in your fitness journey, such as creatine, protein powders, but to be 100% honest, even those aren't needed. If you do not have the money to be spending on creatine and protein powders, especially now when inflation and how expensive they are, you do not need to. It's not really going to change your physique that much. Creatine, I only started taking actually 3 years into training, 2 or 3 years into training, so I did not start taking it at the start, and I made quite a lot of gains in the first couple of years of training without even taking creatine. So do not think you need to be spending loads of money on supplements. It's not needed to get a good physique. Now, the next thing I wish I did when I first started training is tracking my progress. Now, when I say this, I don't mean going through my workouts and tracking my progress, writing down my lifts, because it's going to make me improve. The whole point I want to write down my progress is to look back on it and see where I improved and how much I've improved throughout the years. This includes taking progress photos as well, because in the past when I started, I neglected writing down my progress, tracking my progress, taking progress pictures. I did not do any of that, and now looking back, I kind of regret it because I haven't got much to look back on to see how I've improved. So yeah, you don't need to be tracking your progress and tracking your lifts, writing down your lifts every week, seeing how much you've improved on your lifts. As long as you're going to failure, training hard, you are going to improve. However, you should be writing down, or you could be writing down your weights and how much you're lifting and seeing your progress, just for that whole fact that you can look back on it and see how much you've improved. Now, another thing that I kind of regret not doing is training compound movements. When I first started, I didn't really do compound movements much. For those of you who don't know what compound movements are, squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, all those things, I didn't really do these exercises. I kind of stuck to the machines. Now, however, I don't really do compounds much now either. However, if I needed to, my form is kind of to a T now. I know what I'm doing those exercises. However, because I haven't been doing the compound movements from the get-go, from the start of when I was training, my strength aspects in terms of the compound movements isn't as good as it could have been. Now, I'm not really bothered about strength training. I never have been. I haven't been bothered about weight. However, I feel like it would have been good, and I would have enjoyed it if I started compounds from the start and see my progression and my strength. Now, another thing I regret, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this, is not training legs from the start. Now, I've been training over 5 years now, and my first year of training, I trained in my garage, did bodyweight stuff, and I had a few dumbbells, and even with them, I'd only do, your bicep curls, I'd do push-ups, stuff like that, but I did not do any form of leg exercises whatsoever. Then, after a year of training at home, I started at the gym, and then at the gym, my first year of training at the gym, I still neglected legs. And then once I got to my 3rd year in the gym, at that point I started realising, right, I need to start training legs here. But even then, I did not train hamstrings. I neglected hamstrings. So my legs are seriously lacking, which is something that you will eventually, coming into the future, if you do not train legs from the start, you will see it and you will think, oh shit, I should have started training legs from the start. Not only this, but the quicker you start training your legs, the quicker you're actually going to start enjoying it. Legs are probably one of those muscle groups where new people to the gym don't enjoy training them. But for me now, someone who's been training over 5 years, I actually kind of enjoy Love-hate relationship, obviously, but I do kind of still enjoy training legs. So yeah, don't neglect your legs, even if you don't want to. Trust me, you will thank yourself for it in years to come if you start training legs from the start instead of waiting years like I did. The next thing I regret is not starting training and not starting the gym earlier enough in my life. I started training around 18 consistently in the gym. Now, I think if I started earlier, if I started when I started seeing physiques that I aspired to look like and that I thought, wow, that's good, that makes me want to start gym. People like Arnold, people like Tom Platz, Frank Zane, Lee Priest, people who I saw and thought, wow, they've got a good physique, I want to start the gym. If I started earlier when I saw these physiques, I would be a lot more advanced now, obviously, and the earlier you start, the quicker the gains are going to come. If I started at 16, now I would have a way better physique than, maybe not way better, but it certainly would have come a lot quicker than if I waited until 18 like I did. So yeah, starting as early as you can. If you're someone now watching this video and you're 13, 14, 15, and you're thinking of starting the gym, just start, because the sooner you start, the quicker you're going to get the physique you want, and the quicker the gains are going to come, the quicker you're going to improve, you're going to get more knowledge. So yeah, start as early as you can. And my last point for this video is going to be bro split. I started training when I first started years ago with a bro split. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, that basically means each session you're going into the gym, you're doing one muscle group. So Monday I might do chest, Tuesday I might do shoulders, Wednesday I might do back, and then Thursday arms, legs. Now, it can be fun and in theory it sounds good. However, realistically, you want to be as effective and efficient at building muscle and doing exercises as you can. So with that, I probably, knowing now with the knowledge I have, I probably would have started my training either with a push-pull legs or an upper lower, something like that, to make sure you're getting at least 2 sessions of each muscle group in a week, because doing a bro split really depends on how you're doing it. You're not going to train everything effectively twice a week. Now, however, despite this, you do need to make sure you are still having adequate recovery. If you're doing a push-pull leg split, you do not want to be... Obviously, you're going to have 2 to 3 days rest on some days, but you make sure you are not going into your next session sore. You want to make sure your muscles are fully replenished and fully healed before you're going in to smash them again for your next session. So, obviously, if you're starting training young... yes, maybe start with a training split where you can train every muscle group at least twice a week. However, that is dependent on if you can recover quick enough, which is going to come with time. The longer you've been training, the less time you're going to need to recover. It's just natural. However, make sure you are still trying to train each muscle group twice a week if you can. And that's the end of the video, guys. So if you've got any questions you need answering, make sure to leave them in the comments. If you'd like any other videos of this style format, maybe a video where I'll do things I did right, then make sure to, leave it in comments, let me know. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thanks for watching.